Hello, Adam here. Thanks for watching again today. And today I've got a really nice lighthouse scene with a distant sailboat and some old posts, and well, you can see it. So let's just give this a try. Enjoy. Okay, I'm going to start today by just putting in a little bit of a sky. I've got a phthalo blue and phthalo green mixture here, more to the blue side, but a little bit of green in the sky today. And I'm just going to touch right here. I'm going to work my way over. And for this one, I want the sky to be fairly consistent as it goes from left to right. And I'm going to leave it lighter over here on this side, trying to simulate the sun is coming from over here. Okay, something about like that. And I'm just going to flip my brush around and touch a little bit of the alizarin red. And come right down here and put some of that in the sky too. Again, leaving it lighter to the right. Bring it all the way down to where I think the horizon's going to be. Down in here. All right, now I'm going to take a dry brush and blend all this together. Drag some of this into the light. You don't want it to be just totally white right there. Okay. Something about like that. Okay, now I'm going to take my brush that I put the sky in, and I'm just going to use that same side that I used for the blue-green mixture. And I'm going to come right over here. I'm just going to fake in a little ocean line right there. And we're not going to see too much of the ocean today, but I'm going to go ahead and bring it across as if we were. Even though I got a plan, you never know how much of it may be seen or may not. Just about like that. Way back there in the distance. Okay. All right, now I'm going to take a palette knife and I'm going to mix up a color I'm going to use to make a lighthouse today. So I'm going to take some white right here. All right, and I'm going to put a little bit of, just a touch of black in that. Dull that down, gray it down just a little. I just don't want it to be pure white. All right, something about like that. And then I'm going to take my flat brush, go through on one side, just like that, load it up real good. And I'm just going to begin to draw in a lighthouse setting right here. Okay, just going to take this and paint upwards. And my lighthouse will be a little bit wider at the base than it is at the top. Now just come over here and flatten out that part right there a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to flip my brush around. I'm going to go into a little bit of black right here. And I'm just going to come over here on this side. I'm going to put a shadow. Remember, we got the sun coming from the right. So I'm going to make it look like it's got a shadow coming from the left. I'm just taking my flat brush and working that over. I'm going to keep working it over. I like doing it like this because when I touch it and lift it up and touch it again, it kind of makes it look like it's you know, maybe made out of stone or something like that. I'm going to work my way to the edge, leaving it lighter on the edge. Okay. Something about like that. And we may work with the lighting on that a little bit more coming up. All right. Go back to my black. Get some good dark black there. And let's come right here and put in a door. Okay. About like that. And we'll come up top here and put in a window. Right in there. Put another window in right here. Basically, as they go up the floors in this, they can look out a window. And we'll put one more window right in there. Now I'm going to take a liner brush. I'm going to come over here and dip into my thinning oil. I'm going to go right back into my crimson, right up in here. All right, I'm going to loosen that up a little bit. Then I'm going to come up here and make the top of this lighthouse. Now the top of the lighthouse needs to be narrower than the base of the the lighthouse. All right, so I'm going to come in here and we'll frame it into about right there. We'll make the top of it red and about there. You see how it's narrower. It's not the same width as the base. All right, and then we'll bring this up right about into there. Something like that. And the roof, you don't want to make the roof too tall. It'll look funny if it's too tall. Roof something about like that. And then I'll just fill it in. And when I'm not filming a video, I really take my time on this. I want to get this right. I'm going to come back through here in a little bit and put a little bit of highlight on it. And when I do that, I can continue to work with the shape a little bit. And let's put a little middle section in there. Widen these up just a little bit. All right, something about like that. And let's go through and put the bottom on here. All right, now I'm going to go through and get some black. And I'm going to draw on a rail right here. All right, the rail. That when they're up high, they would come out and they would be able to see everything that's going on there. All right, something like that. And I'll put a little one of those right there and one right there going down and one right there. Okay, now I'm going to mix up a little bit of a beach color. Got some brown right here. So I just need a little bit of brown. I'm going to just take a little bit of it. I'm going to come right over here and mix it in that color I had for the lighthouse. And that'll be good enough, something like that. Come back over and take the brush that I was blending with, the big brush, 2-inch brush, and I'm going to run it right in that beach color right there. I'm going to start over here, make a pretty good hill right here. All right, and we're going to come down, go right in the front, that lighthouse just like that. Beach is running right up around that lighthouse. Get some more and work it down here to the bottom. Okay, I'm going to take a fan brush and I'm going to touch a little bit of blue and come over here and get into the yellow, a little bit of black, just kind of mix up a dark grassy color right there. And let's just put a little bit of grass on the hill right here. Just a little bit coming down right here. Okay. Take my sand color brush and kind of blend that in a little bit. Maybe we'll put a little bit more right down in here. Just some grass right there. Okay. And again, we'll blend that right into the sand. Just like that. Making some nice shadows as it comes out. I'm going to go back to a liner brush and get some thinning oil and come over here and, oh, it's kind of a little bit of a yellow. And just put a few little grass blades sticking up. Some beach weeds over here. A few over here as well. Maybe we'll come back and get a little bit of a darker color for some contrast and throw it in there as well. And you don't need too much over here. All right, now I'm going to mix up a little bit more of that sand color right in here. I want to make it just a little bit darker so it stands out a little bit more. Something like that. I grab the brush that I was laying in the beach, and I'm going to make another little beach line right over in here. It's going to come this way. Just like that. All right, maybe I'll put a little bit more brown in it so it stands out compared to the sand that's behind it. Okay. Good. And since I can kind of see a little path forming there, I'm going to go ahead and take just a little bit of black and right out here have a little path that comes around. Just like that. We'll work this path up into the sand. All right, everything needs to be blended together, look cohesive. All right. Okay, let's come over here and put in a little bit more of that grass color that I had. Again, that was just a little bit of yellow with blue to make a green, and then a little bit of black in there to darken it up some. And let's come over here and put some more grass over on this hill. Grass is real simple. You just got to pull up with the fan brush and come back and blend it in some. I try to, vary where the bottom of the grass is coming out of the sand. Perfectly okay to have the color come out some. Just kind of looks like shadows. I normally go back with the brush that I put the sand on and just kind of hit over it. And that really just kind of blends it in nice. All right. And I'll come back through and with my script liner brush and start to build some grass right here. I'm just taking that brush and just kind of going in a half circle motion. Okay. Yeah, let's build a couple, a little bit taller ones over here. Probably about as tall as I want it there. Get a little bit of yellow, some contrast. Lighten it up a little bit. All right, maybe at the top of these, and you start to see just a little bit of something going on where it makes the grass look a little bit more mature. Just in a couple of those like that. Okay, good. All right, now I'm going to take my script liner brush again. Come up here and, just get into a dark color, a little bit of black, a little bit of brown. And I think I'm going to put in a couple old fence posts over here. Let's see, maybe there's one right there, a little one. Come out here and put one. Another one right here. These are old weathered posts. There's not a whole lot left to them anymore. All right, this one's the closest, so we'll make it a little bigger. I probably got a faster brush I could use somewhere other than the script liner brush for this big post, I'm sure. Whatever works for you. Yeah, let me look. Let me see. There we go. And got an old one that kind of fell down there. Went back to my liner brush for these that are farther away. I don't want them to get too thick. Okay. And go to the other liner brush. I had some liquid white on. Remember, our sun was coming from the right, so I'll highlight to the right side. All right, let me go over here and build a couple posts on this side. Right over here, I got one. And we'll put one more right here. Pretty good sized post right there. And again, we got to go back and put the highlight on it. Just like that. All right, now we're going to need to go back through and clean up the bottom of these posts a little bit. So I just come back through and just touch them. Put a little shadow under them. You know, sand is going to accumulate by those posts for sure. Make a little hill of sand right there. Right here you might see a little shadow coming out with the sun coming from this way. We'll just build a little sand mound right there. Hope you can see that. And we'll come back through and put some grass on them here in a moment. Let's do this one over here. Drag out a shadow there. Good. Wouldn't see much on that one. It's off the canvas. Sand just kind of piled up over the bottom of that. See that? Looks pretty good. And we'll go back with script liner brush and touch some of our plant color mixture, the yellow, the green, and all that stuff. And we'll just put a few grass blades coming up here. Get a little bit more thinning oil. Thin it down some, and we'll put some over here coming out. Grass growing up around these posts. Pretty common thing you'd see. Get a few over here. All right, and I can take my sand brush and just kind of blend that till I like it. I might have to do this a couple times, and that's perfectly fine. There we go. Something like that. All right, let's see. Wipe off my flat brush. Wipe it out pretty good. I'm going to come up here and get some white. And maybe on the horizon there's a, oh, I don't know. It is a lighthouse, so maybe there's a sailboat coming in. Okay. And this don't have to have too much detail. It's way out there. Get a little bit of black. There's a little bit of a line where the middle of it is, and a little bit of a bottom right here. Again, not a lot of detail because this is far away. That is a big sailboat. It's way out there. And let's see. Let's put a sail on this side. We'll just touch it right there and come down something about like that. And you could work that till you just really love it when you got all the time in the world. Oh, let's do one more thing. Let's come over here and get some black. I've got some liquid black over here, like I normally do. Just never know when you're going to need it, and I'm going to use it right now. Around these lighthouses, it seems like there's always some birds, so I'm just going to come up here and just touch, make a line. All right, make another line, and you got a bird. Let's do it again. Right up here, touch and make a line. Come over here, make another line. And maybe there's one over here. He's catching up to the group from over there. Just like that. And I would not encourage you to mess with these too much. Once you make your initial lines, you can tend to drive yourself crazy with it. I've done that before. Just kind of stick with it and step back and take a look, and you'll see that it don't look too bad. Okay, and with that, I think we'll call this one complete. All right, well, thanks for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you'll give it a try. And remember, if I can paint, you can too. See you next time.